To convey the greetings of our leader, Ms. Mamata Banerjee, to the honorable members of parliament. सुनिए तो सही, क्या बोल रहा हूँ सुनिए तो सही. I would like to convey the greetings of our leader, Ms. Mamata Banerjee, to the honorable members of parliament on this solemn occasion, when this great parliamentary institution is celebrating the Constitution Day and the 125th birth anniversary year of the main architect of the Constitution of India, as also the champion for the emancipation of the backward classes and the downtrodden of our country in a befitting manner. Sir, when I look back through the eyes of my mind at the great hall behind this august house, I can visualize the day, that is 25th of November 1949, when Dr. Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar was presenting the Constitution of India to the chairman of the Constituent Assembly, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. And sir, it took 2 years, 11 months, and 17 days to finalize the Constitution, containing 395 articles and 8 schedules, after disposing of 2,473 amendments to the Constitution that were moved. Since then, the Constitution is being amended from time to time to keep pace with the demands of the nation. Sir, all of us know that 4 guiding principles of governance were embodied in the preamble to the Constitution, that is justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. After 66 years of adoption of the Constitution, we as parliamentarians must introspect how much the nation has achieved while implementing the constitutional mandates in the matters of social justice, economic justice and political justice, in the matter of liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, in the matter of equality of status and of opportunity. Sir, on the 25th of November 1949, Dr. B.A. Ambedkar, while presenting the draft constitution for adoption, inter alia commented, and I quote, "Principles of liberty, equality and fraternity are not to be treated as separate items in Trinity, because these are the principles of life," unquote. Hence, Dr. Ambedkar taught us that denial of liberty, equality and fraternity leads to denial of life. If we want to preach or practice some agenda against the principles of liberty, equality and fraternity for the sake of politics or for any reasons whatsoever, there would be end of the road built up by our ancestors after hundreds of years of subjugation, deprivation, intolerance and exploitation for ushering into a dignified nation qualified to enjoy liberty, acquire equality and maintain fraternity amongst ourselves, irrespective of caste, creed, religion, sex, language or territorial boundaries. Looking at the bewildered situation prevailing today, I am sorry to say that we are still at the crossroads of 1 step forward and 2 steps backward. So far, this tolerance and the social and economic and political justice are concerned. Sir, I say so because when Article 51, capital A, clauses E, F and H demand from every citizen to promote harmony and the spirit of common brotherhood amongst all the people of India, transcending religious, linguistic and regional or sectional diversity, to develop the scientific temper, humanism and the spirit of inquiry and reform. These articles, no doubt, are not mere synthesis of words, but require devoted action by all citizens towards that goal. Sir, the Honorable Leader of the House, in his eloquent speech, has mentioned about federalism and separation of powers. It is no doubt that certain pillars of our democracy are thriving for more and more authority. But authority has been given by our constitution framers to perform certain duties effectively, not to enjoy for themselves, to misutilize such authority, endangering the very existence of its independent, neutral, and constitutional character. It is high time that conflicts among the constitutional institutions must be avoided to desist all forms of authoritarianism. Sir, so far the center-state relations are concerned, we know that two commissions were set up, Sarkaria and Punchi commissions. While some recommendations of Sarkaria commission have been implemented so far, the report of the Punchi commission submitted to the government in March 2010 is yet to be considered by the government, not to speak of its implementation. I demand that if the government is serious about cooperative federalism, then it must accept the Punchi Commission report and implement its recommendation in letter and spirit. Sir, recently the first citizen of India, being the constitutional head of the state, was first amongst us who expressed his deep concern and anguish over certain untoward incidents culminating into a sordid state of affairs which no citizen or the functionaries of the government can ignore. I am only referring to the statements which are in public domain. On 8 October 2015, a press communique was released from the Rashtrapati Bhavan which referred Honorable President inter alia saying, and I quote, "Tolerance and coexistence are basic tenets of our civilization. We hold them very dear to our hearts. We should not permit religion to be used as a mask to satisfy hunger for power and control of some individuals," unquote. Then again, on 23rd of October 2015, while addressing a gathering in his native place, the Honorable President said, referring to the teachings of Lord Ramakrishna Paramahansa, in Bengali it was said, "Joto mat, toto path," meaning, as there are a number of beliefs, there are a number of ways. Indian civilization has survived for 5,000 years because of its tolerance. It has always accepted dissent and differences. A large number of languages, 1,600 dialects, and 7 religions coexist in India. We have a constitution that accommodates all these differences, unquote. Are we listening to the first citizen of India? Have we thought as to what prompted the first citizen to advise all to be tolerant? Let us introspect. Sir, Neta Pratipaksh, मैं नेता प्रतिपक्ष की बात कह रहा हूँ. Mr. D. Raja, you are conferring with the नेता प्रतिपक्ष. मैं नेता प्रतिपक्ष के बारे में एक बात कहना चाहता हूँ. उन्होंने एक बहुत ही गंभीर विषय पर सभा का ध्यान आकृष्ट किया. मैं उस बारे में कहना चाहता हूँ कि in 1924, Mahatma Gandhi appealed to all those Indians who had received awards and titles from the British rulers to give up. They numbered about 4,500 Indians who had the British titles and awards. Out of them, only a few responded to the clarion call of Gandhiji. Today, there is no Bapuji. There is no call from any quarter, no appeal from any corner. Yet, more or less, 450 intellectuals comprising of scientists, writers, academicians, social activists, film personalities, journalists, who had the credentials of receiving national awards have relinquished all those awards and titles to protest in principle the growing incidence of intolerance. Should we ignore these intellectuals and hurl abuses to them? If an actor expresses the fear and helplessness of his wife, should he become a victim of rude or hate campaign of any political outfit? Is not it a complete madness, suddenly encompassing our conscience, our culture, our legacy, our civilization? Should we debate on food habits of ourselves when we are growing as a matured nation in the 21st century? If we want to respect our constitutional ideals, if we would seriously like to pay homage to Baba Saheb Ambedkar, we must introspect, as otherwise everything what have been said shall only remain to be expression of words meaning nothing. Sir, this is the solemn occasion when we must recall and recapitulate the debates of eminent Indians who manned the Constituent Assembly, and compared to them, we are pygmies, particularly Baba Saheb Ambedkar, who his thoughts and expression that he perceived to arrive at a consensus in presenting this constitution, which is unique and unparalleled to all other contemporary constitutions of the world. Sir, we must also remember the word of caution of Dr. Ambedkar, and I quote from him. In India, bhakti, or what may be called the path of devotion or hero worship, plays a part in politics, unequaled in magnitude by the part it plays in the politics of any other country in the world. Bhakti in religion may be a road to the salvation of the soul, but in politics, bhakti or hero worship is sure road to degradation and eventual dictatorship. Unquote. Times are fast changing. People are getting tired of government by the people. They are prepared to have governments for the people and are indifferent whether it is government of the people and by the people. Sir, if we wish to preserve the Constitution in which we have sought to enshrine the government of the people, for the people and by the people, let us resolve not to be tardy in the recognition of the evils that lie across our path and which induce people to prefer government for the people to government by the people, not to be weak in our initiative to remove them. That is the only way to serve the country. I know of no better. So said Dr. Ambedkar. Sir, now the question is, are we serving the country in all constitutional directions that Baba Saheb desired? Whenever I put this question to me, that comes the reply, possibly no, because we are still pursuing a cause to divide. We are encouraging the divisive forces in one form or the other, knowing it fully well that forces of destabilization can never contribute in any manner to the task of nation building. Sir, this is pathetic to know that some of the responsible people have also forgotten to act responsibly and reasonably, as otherwise we would not have heard after 40 years of incorporation of the word secularism in our Constitution through 42nd Amendment, that a very responsible person holding a high and important position is saying secularism was not within the scheme of Constitution at the very beginning. Everybody knows that. There is no denial of that. Then he says, Baba Saheb did not want to include secularism in the preamble. What is new about this? What he has not said. What he has not said is that Baba Saheb, while explaining the freedom of religion in our Constitution, said, and I quote, "The state is neither religious nor anti-religious nor irreligious. It is totally detached from religious dogmas." Unquote. Sir, तो जो लोग गा रहे हैं हम दिल दे चुके हैं सनम, उनको हम मजबूर ना करें कि फिर उसको दोबारा ये गाना गाने पड़े कि दिल रुबा मैंने तेरे प्यार में क्या क्या न दिया, दिल दिया दर्द लिया. ऐसा गाना उसको गाने ना पड़े, ऐसा मजबूरी उनका ना हो, इसको हमको देखना है. Sir, on this solemn occasion, my party, the All India Trinamool Congress, led by Ms. Mamata Banerjee, once again resolves to rededicate ourselves for the cause of the nation and to help strengthen all constitutional schemes, mechanisms and institutions in achieving the cherished goals of Indian Constitution. Sir, in fine, I would like to refer a few lines from Tagore's Nobel Prize famed song offerings or Gitanjali. Chitto jetha bhoy shunno, উচ্চ যেথা ছিল, জ্ঞান যেথা মুক্ত, যেথা গৃহের পাচির, আপন প্রাঙ্গণ তলে দিবস সরোবরে বসুধারে রাখে নাই খণ্ড ক্ষুদ্র করি, where the mind is without fear, and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led, forwarded by thee, into ever-widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom. My Father, let my country awake. Thank you.
Thank you very much.